This is Kulali and her owner Garth. Garth was a successful engineer who started building Kulali as his final life project. Unfortunately, Garth never got to see her finished. I've been lucky enough to take the challenge on of completing her build and one day to sail her around the world. Similar to Garth, I'm a passionate engineer who loves to know how things work and how to build things. Join me on this journey to bring Garth's dream to life. This is Sailing Kulali. Today we're going to install these windows, or this one window, onto this frame here. So the key thing with this is going to be making sure this is positioned evenly, this way and this way. So I'm going to put marks either side, and then I'm going to hot glue some tabs around it so it can't really go anywhere, and then put some shims underneath here to hold it at the right distance. So the plan is to make a 19.5mm gap either side of this and a 15mm gap above and below. That's 19 there. All this needs to be taken back to aluminium, so we're going to get the Dremel or the Milwaukee sander out, or an angle grinder. So this is all grinded back now. I'm going to sand it one last time, and then now I'm going to glue in the tabs to hold the thing up. That's it, so this is now ready to rock and roll. This is held 3mm off the parent steel, which means that it has enough room to move. And then yeah, all we have to do is mark this around where I need to take the masking tape off, and then straight on. Alright, so we just mark this around, and then that's the bit where the masking tape needs to stick. Whoa. There we go. So we just need to cut this back. It's not as easy as it looks because you don't want to damage the acrylic when you cut it. The technique that seems to work pretty well, and by the way, I'm cutting a little bit offset of the line because I know that there's going to be a fillet of silicone there, and it's going to be easier to get the tape off than if there's a thick bead of silicone. So the technique that I've figured out is if you hold the ruler there and you slowly pull the knife underneath the stuff, and if you're lucky it will come all the way. Like, ooh, very lucky. But yeah, the thing that worked was the knife being used as almost like a scraper. You know, if you're ever working with 30-year-old acrylic, then remember this technique. I'm not sure if it's a problem that I've sort of scored the acrylic at all, because that's going to be, you know, like an initiated crack. So that's why I tried to keep it to a minimum. But I don't know if, because I know with glass, if you score it, that's how it breaks. Acrylic, I know, can crack as well, but yeah, so I don't know. But I guess how are you gonna, how are you gonna mask it right? So If someone knows, let me know. Cool, now we just got to score this with some sandpaper, some 180 grit, and then isopropyl alcohol it back, isopropyl alcohol the aluminium, and then this can pretty much be bonded. Cool. Just noticed that this is actually a little bit at an angle, which I thought. You can see that, so I'm gonna readjust this a bit. So this goes down a little bit, and then we should be good. All right, now we're gonna sand the edges of the window so that there's a mechanical key for the glue to stick into it. So you can see that that's all nice and frosty around there. I'm gonna go quickly linish this on the edges just to put like a little chamfer around it, and then I reckon she's ready to go in. So it's a bit weird now because I changed the angle of that. So this is, you can see the masking is clear, like too big there. And if you have a look, the line there lines up, but the line down there doesn't. So this is a bit funny. So it's because this is actually a triangle. So it gets bigger and bigger, smaller and smaller. So I should just go off what this, or what Garth cut out here, because he's probably done it to where it should be. So it's like almost like an even gap between there, and that will probably work out better than trying to line it up off this. So I'm going to redo this. Much more keyed now because I use some strong sandpaper. So now just clean everything at isopropyl alcohol. Okay, so this is the Stuff Fix 200 made for acrylic. So the first step is to apply a thin 1mm layer around this, and that's called the UV barrier. I'm just going to clean this one more time. So the idea here is to make sure you get rid of any air bubbles and make a black thing around it, you know? Never done this before. So that's the blackout layer they talk about, so that you don't see any of the silicone bubbles on the other side. And then now you just apply enough so that there's 3mm to go onto there. Okay, that might be too much. Too much? Too little? I think I fucked up because I didn't put masking tape around the outside of the steel. Alright, here we go. First window on Kulali. Let's do this. Ooh, which way's up? Fuck. Okay, here we go. So how you'll tell success is if I push this down, it should just start coming out. Here we go. Nice. Alright, pretty happy with that. Let's have a look inside. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So we'll clean this up a bit with like that scraper. Yeah, basically we want to make sure that there's enough material behind this, about 3mm in there. But it looks like it's pretty full, maybe a bit less on there, but we're gonna do one final bead anyways. So yeah, that's why you do the blackout stuff, so that it's clear on, you know, it's completely black on that side. So yeah, let's clean this up and then clean the outside up. So I'm just gonna hot glue this in place now. Oh no. Oh, fuck. So you can see where the glue is sort of wanting to come out but hasn't come out enough. Well, not that enough, but you know what I'm saying. So next time I'll just use more, but it's got quite a big bond area anyways there, and then there's going to be a fillet that goes around the whole thing anyways. So that will be when this is dry or closer to dry, so I can take the mounts and the masking tape off. Next time I'll make sure I put the masking tape on first, and be more generous with the adhesive around there. 100% fill, but apart from that I think it went pretty smoothly. Yeah. Alright, so that's it for today. I'm going to clean up here, and then there's only, I think it's 13 to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holy shit. I think I just realized I cut way too many windows out.